Hi everyone, welcome to the intuitive card reading for the week of December 9th through 15th. What do I have to say to you guys? Just the usual, I guess. Like this video, please, let me put my water down over here. Please like this video, please share this video with anybody that needs to hear the messages for the week. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and then comments down below. Please be kind. That's all I ask. And I'm using 4 decks this time instead of 3. But you've seen them before. Oh, excuse me. You've seen them before. Not any new decks here. I just brought in the 4 that I really originally started with. What else do I have to say, guys? How's everybody doing out there? Guys, I love comments. Don't forget to comment, okay? All right, I think that's it. Let's begin. I don't think I have much more to say here. All right, what do we need, guys? To the sea. All right, we need alignment. We need flow. We need the shore to be calmer shores. Is that the saying? What am I looking for? Calmer shores, I think is it. An easy voyage, an easy trip, I guess. But more alignment, more flow. You guys know what that is. I talk about it all the time. So we need things to go a little bit smoothly for us, a little bit more smoothly for us. The opposite of flow and alignment is force and chaos. And so there might be a lot of that kind of going on in your life. That's why it's coming under the need. And it's basically saying, nope, we need to smooth out this sea, okay? We need to, we need to clear the path. How do we do that, guys? As simple as listening to what our soul is asking us to do. How do we do that? We do what feels good to our soul. So if something feels like you're forcing it, and you really don't want to do it, but you might be doing it for another reason, maybe a more egoic reason, then that's not the path to go. That's not the way to go. So this is basically asking us to really look at what we're doing, what we're forcing, and what's chaotic in our life, and see how we can make things smoother and how we can get more into flow. So that's basically what that's saying. All right, let's see what action needed says. Oh, wow, these cards are used so much they're folded. She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. Oh, I love this. This is saying be a little wild. You need to get a little crazy. You need to let loose a little bit. You need to have a little bit more joy. You need to have a little bit more fun. Do something a little outside of pockets, outside of what you're normally used to, outside of routine, which is very interesting because we've been getting a lot of routine cards lately. If you look back at the previous weeks, months, we've been getting kind of a lot of, focusing on routine, focusing on discipline, all of that stuff. So maybe we're doing it too much, or maybe just this week calls for it. That's what the energy is, right? For the collective here. So this is basically saying, do things a little bit more, out of routine, out of the structure, and be a little bit more wild. And that might help you get more into alignment, right? Because they're next to each other there. So that might help. So do something a little bit out of the ordinary, let loose a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen this card in a while, so I'm liking it. So we need to take action on that. So if something feels like it's out of character for you, well, actually, let's not use the term out of character, because I don't want anybody doing things that make them feel like they're going against their integrity. That's not what Spirit is asking here. Spirit is saying just like let loose a little bit, right? So if you feel like there's something kind of going on this week that maybe you're iffy about, not sure if you want to do it, maybe it doesn't feel quote unquote responsible or something like that. I don't know if that's the right word either, but I would just, if it feels less structured, let's put it that way, go for it. So what's an example here? If you work a 9 to 5 and you're always declining your coworkers' offers for going out for happy hour drink afterwards, and it's because you want to be responsible, you want to be in bed by a certain time, you're on a strict diet, you don't want to, you're trying not to drink, and all of those things are really good things, but maybe there's something for you by, you don't necessarily have to drink, you don't have to overeat or anything, but maybe there's something for you by kind of breaking out of the norm, out of the, you're always saying no, you're always declining, but maybe, do something a little crazy and kind of go out of your norm. And I see positive things happening for that. And basically it's under action needed. So it's saying like, you actually have to do it. If that makes sense. Because, you know, we get a lot of reflective type, more yin type energy where it's kind of saying, think about doing that. Think about breaking out of your normal routine. Think about breaking out of your shell. No, this is like, no, actually take action on that. So hopefully that makes sense. And it could look differently for, you know, for everybody else out there, because we're, you know, I'm reading for the general collective. That's a lot of people. So it looks differently for each of you guys. Okay, we have issue, Virgin. Okay, we've gotten this one before, actually. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Okay, this is that new energy. We either got it for the month or the week many moons ago. Well, maybe not many moons ago. Semi, you know, not that far away. Semi recently. So we have an under issue. We have a like maintaining. Okay. Okay, so this is about, so we have that big beginner energy again, and we're having issues with the beginner energy. We're having issues embracing it. We're having issues, like, I don't think you're fearing it anymore, because I think that energy was more, it was in the shadow and was more fearing it. This is more about embracing it. Like, at least fear is not attached to it anymore. Like, maybe you're in your beginner, or you're seeing a path of a new beginning for you. And it's looking good, but you might have different issues with it, with embracing it, or being okay with it. What I also have to say here too, this is, you guys know I read intuitively, so I tell you what comes through. I'm getting like this feeling it could be for like other people too, meaning like people could have an issue with, you know, you're okay with it, but other people maybe don't have an issue, do have an issue with it. Like, for example, if you're in a partnership with somebody and you started a brand new career, or you're thinking about starting a brand new career and you feel really good about it, it feels in alignment for you, but maybe your spouse is a little bit on the fence about it, not too happy about it. They may have to pull more of their weight with money or something like that, and they don't necessarily love it or embracing it. But you love it, right? And you feel like it's in flow for you, it's in alignment for you, and you want to be doing it, and you want to be going forward. So basically, this is just saying, and I always tell you guys, whether it's major or minor, feels minor, feels like, you know, you're just being cautious about it. You don't fear it anymore, you know, but you have like some issues embracing it, or getting used to it, or not sure if you can actually do it. Less on that last one, but it's still good new energy, and I'm glad that it's actually here, because it means that, you guys know I love new beginnings. It's such a good feeling, and we're in the last month of the year. Obviously, the new year comes with new energy. You know, not just the new weeks and the new months. It's a new year, so we have new energy coming through, and you're embracing it, and I love it. And we just have minor issues regarding that, so nothing to worry about. Nothing huge and nothing major. Dynamicism, this is always uniqueness. This is about what makes you dynamic. Excuse me. And it's under challenge. Okay, so we're having issues with that. So part of these two could go together, because maybe when you're starting this new thing, you're not necessarily sure how you can stand out, how you can, you know, how you can embrace it, how you can look differently, how you can, you know, stand out from others. You know, maybe it's something you started that is actually competitive, which can very well be what's going on here, because this definitely could usher in competitive type energy, because you're trying to stand out with the dynamicism. So this is basically saying, like, how do I stand out? And it's under challenge, so you're not necessarily sure. So you're having issues with, I wouldn't say with your authentic self or higher self, but more so about how to highlight those things. And how to actively show how to stand out, basically. So, you know, it's almost like there's a clarity piece that is here. Like, you know who you are, and you know what your gifts are, and you know how you are different from others, but it's kind of like how to show that to others, or how to stand out from the crowd in like a new environment, if that makes sense. So you definitely are having issues with, you know, with that. Okay, we have change, we have blessed. Oh, I love this. So a more gratitude heart, a more gratitude mind. So mindset shift here, which is great. I have been, guys, I'm not going to lie to you guys, and I noticed this. My last huge healing journey, I was able to get gratitude under wraps. Like, I was so it was easier. Let's just put it this way. It was easier for me to find gratitude this time around. I don't know if it's because I'm older. I'm sure there's other things kind of going on here too, but I am having such the hardest time being grateful for horrible things that have happened. And I could say it, I can intellectualize it, but it's really hard to feel it. And so gratitude is all about the feeling, in my opinion. It's because the feelings create beliefs. And yeah, thoughts can create beliefs, but you guys know that I am a little bit more biased when it comes to the feelings part of things. I feel like it holds more weight energetically. And in my opinion, it does. And so it definitely feels like we're feeling more gratitude. We're feeling more grateful. And that's what's changing. And that's amazing because gratitude is such a key component of manifestation. And that's a good sign because it feels like that we are setting ourselves up to manifest in the new year. And I love that. So we're feeling more grateful and I love it. And so watch out for that this week. What do we have? Focus. Direction, guardian, choose your path. Okay, so this is interesting because of what's going on up here at the to the sea. So this is basically saying about making decisions, choosing a path. We've gotten a lot of this energy lately in the last monthlies and the weeklies. So this is basically about focusing on making the aligned decision. Alignment is right up here and we need to be doing that. So guys, focus, make aligned decisions this week. Set yourself up for the coming week, set yourself up for the new year. Really focus on what intuitively feels good to your soul, okay? I plan on republishing my old course that I did 3.5 years ago in the new year. As soon as it is published somewhere, I will put down the link below. Those that have already taken the course get it for free. Because you get lifetime access, but I need to republish it somewhere. So anyway, it's about empowering your intuition. It's about honing in on your intuitive skills, because obviously we need to focus on making more aligned decisions in the new year, and I need to set you guys up for success. So tune in for that. But yeah, we need to be making decisions that are in alignment with us. Okay, reflect. Networker enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. Okay, it's under reflect. We've gotten this in the same slot, I want to say, not too long ago. So the sharing of information, social awareness, and all that stuff. Okay, so reflect on how we connect with people is basically what it's saying. How we get our information, how we communicate with people, how people communicate with us. Not necessarily reflection on our relationships, but obviously communication is part of that. So yes, you can reflect on that. I'm not going to tell you what not to reflect on, but Spirit is asking you to really hone in on how you communicate in general, how you connect with people in a social setting, all things having to do with communication skills, let's put it that way. And how you interact with people in groups and social settings. Remember I said last time, and obviously it's still true, we're moving into a time of more community. I've been getting a lot of community cards, things like that. I think we're in the age of Aquarius. So we are, how you relate to people is going to be very important. How you communicate in those relationships are going to be very important. So definitely reflect on that. Responsibilities. What do we got? Guidance. Okay, so being guided into the right, into your North Star, into alignment is maybe another way I could say it. Your responsibilities are to guide yourself into alignment. So we got the to the sea, the direction card here. So I'm not shocked that we have that. So it's really kind of reiterating and really honing in on that. But also too, this could be for other people. I'm still getting other people energy, like I did up here with the Virgin card. It could also be with other people. Like if there are people that are in your life that feel a little bit lost and seek advice from you, please, please guide them, not control them, not tell them what to do, but giving really solid advice, helping them follow their heart and their soul and that kind of thing. So this is basically saying be a good guide. We also have a guide archetype. I wonder if that will come up. But yeah, giving good advice. So, and it's under responsibility. So that tells me just be responsible with it, you know? Don't necessarily project. That's another thing too. So I am somebody that I don't love giving people advice. I don't love somebody who does, somebody that reads cards. I know it's kind of a weird oxymoron, but advice, opinions are usually, you know, my ultimate opinion is follow your own intuition. That's always my ultimate opinion. But a lot of our advice and opinion comes from our point of view, like as a human being, and our lived experience and all of that stuff. And, you know, our background, our character, our morals, all of that stuff. So when you ask another person for their opinion or their advice, you always have to take that into account. And that's why following your intuition is always going to be number one, because you know what's best for you, right? And so just, I'm saying that because just keep it in mind when you're giving it to other people, you know, maybe reiterate that to them, but also too when you receive it, okay? So, you know, everybody is always low-key projecting, you know, but it's very normal, you know, a very healthy way to approach it, in my opinion. I don't like giving opinions, but here it goes, you know, hear a few different people's like point of views, and then obviously, you know, go with what makes, you know, the most sense to you, you know, what feels best for you. You know, I have a friend that says that they love just hearing other people's opinions. You know, they always just kind of go for what, you know, they want to do anyway. But yeah, but this is under responsibility. So this is saying just, you know, take all those things into account, and be responsible when giving advice and opinions, and while receiving them too. That's a lot of opinions from me, from somebody that says that they don't really love giving opinions. All right, money and finances. And, you know, I put career under here. We have why. Okay, so this is always about asking the deeper questions. This is always about going down to root cause, basically. And it's saying, you know, being a little bit more aware. So this is actually money, finances, and career. This is asking the bigger questions when it comes to, and the deeper questions, and becoming more self-aware about things relating to this category. So, you know, money, finances, and career. So this feels more reflective, and more introspective, more yin. So nothing is necessarily moving forward with money, finances, and career, at least from this card. It's just saying, like, maybe ask yourself the deeper questions of maybe why you're doing what you're doing. Maybe you haven't asked yourself this for a while. Sometimes when this card shows up, it means that we've been on autopilot for a long time. Okay, so maybe you've been on autopilot at your job. You've just been doing, you know, in your career, you've just been doing and, you know, doing things, and not necessarily questioning why you're doing them, or what got you, you know, what got you into the role you are doing now, or is this really what you want to be doing, and things like that. So there's a lot of questions, you know, not, you know, Reflect always comes out with some journal prompts here in this section. Yes, reflect on the communication stuff, but also maybe reflect here, right? Maybe we've got a bonus reflective question for our journaling this week. So, you know, ask yourself, you know, maybe the deep questions about your money stuff. Everybody has money stuff, okay? Every single person does. So maybe it's time to start questioning that kind of stuff, okay? Again, another card that feels like it's setting us up for more manifesting in the future, which is great. Like that, you know, gratitude card up here. So, yeah, so just ask yourself the deeper questions. What do we have as a surprise? Surprise, surprise. What do we got going on? Moon, take note of intuitive messages. Okay, follow your intuition. We've gotten this one before as well. I mentioned intuition already a bunch of different times. So, surprise, your intuition, I like that here in surprise, because it's basically saying, oh, it's probably going to be, you know, it's going to be very potent. It's going to be very obvious. And that's really great, because I know the number one thing I hear all the time is, how do I know it's my intuition? How do I identify my intuitive gifts? How do I figure this out? How do I know what my soul desires and what my soul feels, what's good to my soul? Okay, surprise, intuition is going to be sharp. Intuition is going to be obvious. Intuition is going to be more potent. We love that. We love that. We love that. And that can help you making decisions. That can help you get into alignment. So, love it. So things are going to be a little bit easier. So if you've been confused before, basically more clarity this week for sure. Okay, friends, companion, wonderful. Loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Love it. I don't think there's too much to explain here under friends, companion. So this feels like we're getting closer to somebody this week. This feels like how do I say this? More loyalty or acts of loyalty this week. Somebody does something for you unselfishly. I don't love the word selfish, but I'm just reading directly from the card at this point. Feeling like you have a good friend. You know, like somebody does something for you or makes you feel a certain way that you, oh my God, this is such a good friend of mine. It's like the opposite of betrayal. It's basically saying, yeah, you've got a great friend. So that could manifest all different types of ways. So again, put down below. You guys know I love when you guys comment how it manifests for you this week. Romantic connection, gratitude. Well. We have another gratitude card from a different deck. Amazing. So romantic connection, gratitude. So not only are we having gratitude more in general, and that's what's changing, it's definitely changing within our romantic connection. So we feel grateful for our partners. We feel grateful for, by the way, if you're single, this could also be grateful that you're not with a partner. Okay? I know, I know this is going to sound a little, well, I have a couple of examples. For me, every once in a while when I'm writing a gratitude list, sometimes I put in there that I left my toxic, abusive, narcissistic abusive relationship many years ago. No contact for, I don't even know how many years because I stopped counting. That's how much I don't care anymore. How much it is so removed from me, basically. And so every now and again, when I remember, you know, I write, I'm so grateful to not be in that type of relationship anymore. So you can be, you know, if you're seeing this and you're saying, oh no, I'm not in a relationship, so I can't be grateful for my partner. Be grateful for the partners that you don't have. Okay, for the toxic relationships that you're not in. Be grateful for the toxic traits that you may have healed. Or maybe if you are single, you have, you know, maybe be grateful to be back out there. Okay, it doesn't just have to be grateful for a wonderful relationship if you're not in one, right? This is romantic connections. This isn't necessarily like, you know, I shout out my single people in here too. So maybe grateful for your relationship improving too, right? Grateful for all the couples therapy that you guys have done all the work this year or something like that. So, you know, be grateful for sure. And there's a lot of gratitude that surrounds your romantic connections. Okay, important, loyal heart. Okay, we have loyalty again. Okay, so basically it's important to reward those that are loyal to you. So, well, this is such a good week. This is a good week for our connections. I love it. Maybe it has something to do with our reflectiveness when it comes to how we communicate with people. Maybe your communication has been better. Maybe we're reflecting on how good our communication has gotten over the year, which is awesome. Good job, guys. So basically this is saying reward people that are loyal to you. Be grateful for, you know, it's next to the gratitude card, be, you know, with that energy there. Be grateful for those that are loyal to you, that love you, you know, that are kind to you, that are compassionate to you, all of those good things. So yeah, honor that for sure. I love that. Okay, health and wellness. By the way, I also want to say this fares really well, especially, like, I feel like it's coming through, like, pretty strongly with these three cards. Anytime I see, like, an energy come through strongly, sometimes it's, like, because it's been the opposite. So if you've been somebody that's been feeling really lonely and feel like you can't connect to people or you can't communicate with people or your social awareness hasn't been the greatest, these fare really well for that, because this is saying this is coming into your life, you know, in a big way. So I just wanted to add that. Okay, health and wellness, night, be brave and honest. Okay, so this is about telling the truth, you know, saying the truth, being honest about it. So it's under health and wellness. So this has something to do with your, you know, whether you're on a spiritual journey, whether you're going through an awakening, mental journey, while you're having mental health issues, and then of course physical, which I'm going through. So Honestly, I'm going through all three. No days off for me, but yeah, those physical journeys are very interesting because they really affect your mental health and they affect your spiritual health and emotional health too. You can have the other ones without the physical, but physical comes with all of them. It's the gift that keeps on giving. But yeah, so anyway, so this is about being honest about your journey, being honest to yourself about where you are, just being honest in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be those things. And also the night could also recommend, also not recommend, no, that's not the word. I'm still having trouble coming up with words. What's the word? It could also represent, that's what I was looking for, represents integrity. And we talked up here about integrity, with the action with the she-wolf. She-wolf, again, is not asking you to go outside of your integrity, right? It's just asking you to let loose a little bit more. So this is really important. So it actually ties into the example I gave you. Maybe do go to that happy hour, but you don't have to, you don't have to drink. You don't have to break your promises to yourself. You don't have to go off your health and wellness journey and drink or eat, the jalapeno poppers or the cheese fries or whatever. It's saying stay in integrity here, but you could still be wild at the same time. It's going to be different. This is why I like you guys commenting. Because all I do is read the energies. I'd love to see how it applies and resonates with everybody because, or how it shows up for you or manifests for you, because it could, my examples could be totally off. That's why I don't always love giving them. My examples are almost like projections, right? Because they're just kind of like what comes to me, but or what I can closely be dealing with in my life, but or what resonates with me. But it's saying stay in integrity here, but be honest with yourself, right? In your, whatever that health journey and wellness journey is that you're going on. Hopefully that makes sense, but it's just saying staying in integrity, be honest with yourself, be brave. So, okay, overall outcome, what do we got going on? Upside down Avenger, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. This is a very interesting one after the week that we just had last week about, guys, I'm going to say this really quick as a maybe global, but American example of a Avenger in the shadow, okay? Again, not to get political, but this happened in my hometown, obviously. I live in New York City. The killing, if anybody has not heard, somebody assassinated a CEO of a health insurance company, and that assassin is a prime example of the Avenger archetype in its shadow, okay? Because they use violence. All right, so, and, I'm not saying whether you're cheering for it or if you feel bad for them, you can have both at the same time, okay? I'm not judging anybody on how they feel. Everything is valid, okay? But that is such a prime example of what a Avenger in its shadow is, okay? And again, it's not good, it's not bad, but it is what it is. And so the fact that it's actually coming in overall outcome is very reflective of the social environment, social and maybe political environment that's kind of going on here. So I think it's very interesting that came under overall outcome after what just happened. However, how we can apply it to our own lives. Do not do things out of character, okay? It's right next to the integrity card, okay? The Knight card here. It's saying we can get what we desire by going about it in the most loving way we can possibly go about it. Okay, we do not have to resort to violence or being out of our integrity or doing things that are against our character. we are, I want to say, better than that. I think those are the right words, better than that. And we can do it in a way that we can exhibit righteousness in a way that is more loving. Okay, and that's what Spirit is saying. Why this is closing out the week this way, yes, could be reflective of what direction or what's been on everybody's mind, you know, in a social and political stance. Yes, but also apply it to yourselves personally. Okay, to be completely honest with you guys, it doesn't necessarily, you know, how I sometimes pick energy here, it doesn't connect necessarily to anything else here, but it's ending with it. So basically it's something Spirit wants us to know, and you know, we're ending this story. Basically we're ending this week, and we should know this. Okay, we need to hear this for some reason. Okay, because nothing happens by accident. So there's that message. Take it as you will. Maybe it already is resonating with you guys. I think you'll get more clarity towards the end of the week. But again, it doesn't necessarily connect with anything here, except maybe an overall, we did talk about integrity here. We did talk about integrity up here. So that might be an underlying theme of the week here. But just know that you can go about things in a more loving way without necessarily hurting other people. So again, obviously it came up because a lot of us in the collective need to hear that. So what an interesting ending to this week. So, all right, guys, that's it. That is it. Have a wonderful week. It looks good. I'm excited for the week. I'm excited for the new year. You guys know I love New Year's Eve. I love New Year's Eve. I love New Year's Day. I love fresh energy. Bring on the newness. I am a Gemini, so that makes sense there. But all right, guys, have a wonderful week. Questions, comments, feedback down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye guys. Thanks.